Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vice City. This is Tommy Vercetti here. We are standing in the Vercetti Mansion. Today, we are going to work on another asset. We just finished up the pole position. So next, we are going to go and do the Sunshine Autos. It's one of the more expensive ones in the game, but it's also the second highest daily revenue income as well. So we'll go and pick that up, and we'll be back with that. I was noticing these things over here on the table. We got some fuel for the flamethrower. I'm gonna have to go through some time and go through all the various stuff in the different offices and all and let y'all see what stuff gets added to the offices as time goes on and you do different things in the game. So we're going to head on over to Sunshine Autos. We're going to take a couple of uh, short stops along the way to just show a couple of things. And speaking of which, and speaking of things in the offices, I didn't even know that the Casino Penthouse had an office in it. I'm going to put this picture up. We talked about in pole position about the twins. I got the twins poster for my office in GTA Online for the penthouse apartment at the casino. I didn't even know that it had an office. So it's nice. This is a room I've never been in. I've had this casino here for at least a year, if not a year and a half, 2 years. Never knew it had an office in it. So now we've got the painting of the one of the twins up on there as well. So let's get on going, and we're gonna head on over to the pole position and collar and cuffs. All right, we're going to head on over to the pole position first. Remember that there's an Infernus here. There was at least 50% of the time there was an Infernus parked in front of the place when it was the Diaz mansion, but it was always different colors and stuff. Nowadays, it's always the white Infernus, which always tells us that Lance Vance is in the house. Let's remember it's there. Whenever we get over to BJ's, get to the auto place, knowing where to find an Infernus will be a good idea. All right. It's been a couple of days since the last time I did a voiceover here. I've recorded these over several days, the bits and pieces, and then I'm going back and doing the recordings. Part of that being that I'm having to do it whenever the house is quiet. The other part being one of the things the chemo does, I got a lot of energy in the morning. I start to drag about noon, and then mid-afternoon, I get really tired. I collapse, I sleep, and then about 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake with nothing to do again. Here we are with the pole position. $851 is what it has collected here, so that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Whenever we get Sunshine Autos, that might be a little bit more. So you see, we're right down here at the pole position. We are going to head up the street a little ways and go visit Collar and Cuffs before we jump islands to go over to Sunshine Autos. We are standing outside of Collar and Cuffs here. You see the Mr. Vercetti outfit. Just down the street that way is where the pole position is, and it's right behind where the Ocean View Hotel. Let's zoom in here. You see the cassette tape with Ocean View. You see the pole position done just down the street. So you know where we are. We're right on the block behind. There's Collar and Cuffs. Let's go hit the Mr. Vercetti outfit. It is a pinstripe suit. It's going to look really sweet. As you see here, it is based on a couple of things. One, it is based on one of the suits that uh, Tubbs wore in Miami Vice. As you see here, he was often seen in one of these suits. And it also is a bit of a tribute to Scarface as well. So much of Vice City here is taken from Scarface. Tony Montana was wearing the very similar suit with a pastel shirt and pinstripes whenever he was introducing people to his little friend. All right, so that's Mr. Vercetti, and we are going to head on down now over to Sunshine Autos. All right, we are back over here in Viceport. We are heading toward Sunshine Autos. It's not very far. It's just right over here next to the airport, sitting behind the big things of jet fuel. So you see, it's actually BJ's. It's BJ's used autos, but the Sunshine Auto signs are still up. Apparently, BJ Smith, the football player who we were introduced to, or who we saw, Mercedes pointed him out on the on Cortez's ship early during the mission, the party. He never got around to changing the signs, was just a little too busy. $50,000. It is the second most expensive uh, property.
BJ Smith. And you must be Mr. Bassetti. Would you like the tour?
Might as well.
Well, I'm very sad to be selling the dealership to y'all. This is my first investment after I turned pro. But now it's time for me to move on.
You're leaving town. Not in too much of a hurry, I hope.
No, I'm just coming out of retirement and preparing for my future comeback. The business wasn't too strong, and my staff took it upon themselves to get a bit more creative with the generational wealth. Obviously, I could wind down the business before handing it over. Hell, I could burn the place down if I wanted to. This is prime development land.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about any of that. This place seems perfect.
Yeah, it does. So I take it we have a deal.
It's the second most expensive property, but it also is the second highest in earnings. You can we got to do the asset now to get it started earning, and we're going to go do that. As he was explaining, a large section of this particular um, business that's going on here, his associates who were running the place, it's basically it gets rid of hot cars. They bring in stolen cars, fix them up, spray paint them, do kind of what you do in the whole spray shop. So you see here we have the first list: Landstalker, Idaho, Esperanto, Stallion, Rancher, and I didn't see what the other one was. I'll have to go through and see. We got a bunch of garages here. Over there to the right is basically a pay and spray. And we're going to go out and start grabbing the ones on this particular list. This is like mid-range cars and SUVs, I think is what this one is. We know we're going to need the spray and go. I accidentally pulled into it. I was thinking it was a garage. And it turned out it was not. See, we painted it, but that's okay. Lance's white one will be over there in front of the mansion again. It's always replaced. Let's not pull it in there. I was looking for, I think, a garage to park it in. There we go. So that way I won't have to travel all the way back over to Starfish to pick up a Infernus. It'll be sitting here and waiting on us. So what was the other one? A Ballista Compact. That was the one. So we're going to go up and start collecting these vehicles. While we do, I am going to have um, some more of KChat playing, try and wipe it out as we save up. And I will also have red text put up information on the cars on the screen, tell you which ones made it to Grand Theft Auto 6, which ones what real cars each one is based on, and we'll continue on with that. Right now, we're just showing that all the showroom floors are empty at the moment, although eventually a sentinel will spawn down on the bottom floor. There's the Sunshine Autos. You see the Sunshine icon, so that is 2 properties we own now out of the total of 6 that we have to buy and get the assets going. So we will continue on, and I will see y'all again very shortly.
Stay away away from me!
Pat, you've been a very bad boy. Come on, we're going home now, Pat.
Stay away from me! I got a poisonous lizard in me boot. He'll kill you in 2 seconds.
Pat, please. We've been through this. You're not well. Bobo is dead. It's time to get back on the medication and start piecing your life back together while locked up in a padded cell for a very long time. Or until you die.
Is it that time again, Doc?
Yes, Pat, it is. Come on, put on the straitjacket. Look, it's even got your initials on it. And swallow this.
Oh, thanks, Doc. Did I tell you I love animals and they love me? I got a message. Look for a while at the China Cat.
I'm really sorry about that. Pat is a very, very sick man. We rarely let the dangerously ill out into society. And when we do, it's not always fatal.
Okay, great.
Get this crackhead out of here. Sorry to be a bother.
Oh, no bother.
Ah, don't bang his head. Those bruises show.
I never knew animals were so interesting. We'll be back after this. You're on KChat. Don't go away.
Do yourself a favor. Pick up your telephone. Call now. 1-866-9-SAVE-ME. What better place to witness 40,000 years of nuclear winter than from the comfort of your very own space-ready nuclear bunker? When we raise 25 million, we will build a 50-story tall likeness of me. If we raise 300 million, the statue will rotate so I can look over this great city and cast an evil eye on degenerates. And when the imminent nuclear strike occurs, those who put faith into action with sufficiently generous contributions will join me inside the Pastor Richard Salvation statue as we blast into space. Contribute to the Pastor Richard Salvation Statue Fund. Pick up your telephone. Call now. 1-866-9-SAVE-ME.
Knights of the road, here's your stallion. The car for freedom. The car for hot excitement. The car for a man who is alone against the elements.
Thunder.
The pride is back. It's the power of a compact.
Looks small, but it's so big.
Fuel injected.
Inject me.
My Batsu Thunder. On the toll road of life, you have to pay to prove you can. Live the emotion of an individual.
Thunder.
The awesome power of nature distilled into one vehicle.
Wow.
Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
The Batsu Thunder. Hello, welcome back to KChat. I'm a woman, so I know it's important to discuss feelings. That's why we don't have any male hosts on this station. People open up more to women. I was telling my girlfriend yesterday, if a woman were president, we'd nuke a country every 28 days. In these times of trouble, of international scary things that cause anxiety, people seek soul ice. Or is that solace? Oh my God. Some visit lady friends, others go to a bar, and a strange few talk to rocks. My next guest is the author of this book, I'm Lovin' the Coven. She sits on the board of the Vice City Renaissance Committee, Gethsemane.
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 Welcome to the show.
Hello, Amy. I brought you a crystal. Isn't it gorgeous?
I guess so, if you're into shiny glass. I prefer lacy gloves.
Amy, for many thousands of years, my people have been using crystals and gemstones to heal the sick. Take the crystal, and then, when the night is enchanted, and the candles have been blown out, and the wind sings through the branches of the eucalyptus, hold up your arms and sing, all dewy, my sky-sailing pregnant moon, the goddess.
Pregnant moon? What are you talking about, Gethsemane?
Gethsemane.
Sorry, whatever. Do you even have a last name?
My compost coven named me Gethsemane Starhawk Moonraker. Trust me, Amy, I'm quite accustomed to people persecuting us. It's been going on for thousands of years. Native Americans, they studied crystals. The ancient Chinese, Belgians, Superman, they all studied crystals. So why do you view it as so weird? Grab your crystal, hold it tight, and close your eyes. eyes. You will be transported back 35,000 years when the temperature of Europe began to drop. The tundra was teeming with animal life, and small groups of hunters followed the free-running reindeer. And there, under the magnolia tree, a woman breastfeeding a baby elk. Do you see it? It's nature.
Ew, gross. You're one of those filthy hippies that thinks breastfeeding in public is okay? Well, it's not. There are bottles and milk at the store. Don't act like a cow. You really remind me of someone, by the way.
See, Amy, you're putting the blinders of society on. We're all the same. I remind you of yourself, of every man and woman.
No, not of them.
They're trying to outlaw nature. If I'm in the park and a nice gentleman comes along, I should be able to breastfeed him. Pretty soon, everything natural will become illegal. It's really depressing. If I died right now, would I get buried by a female priestess in a cave, surrounded by my favorite tools and ornaments? No. There was a time when children were taught about their bodies, about the goddess lady of the mammoths, about the importance of the spiral dance clutching a bison horn under the crescent moon. At the Bead and Rob shop where I work, we have classes that teach the importance of eating wild plant shellfish and understanding ancient crop circles.
Oh, I love lobster.
Have you ever tried talking to one? Energy flows from everything, even a tractor. My mother, the moon, taught me how to trace ley lines with your bare feet in the dirt.
Listen, you're very weird, and you smell like patchouli and compost, and I think you might have a shot at a boyfriend if you shaved and got some gel in your hair and put some clothes that fit or something. I mean, please.
Did Joan of Arc shave? I was given this fascinating pamphlet called Caucasian Female Body Hair in American Culture. Amy, I love you like my sister, but honey, you've fallen prey to a sustained marketing assault that began in 1502 to convince women that underarm and leg hair was wrong. There's nothing more natural than this enormous bush I've got growing under each arm. Having hair is natural. What's the deal with Anglo-Saxons? I mean, go to England. The women there don't shave their underarms. It's really quite attractive. You just need to focus your eyes to look for healthy signs and not the signs of socialized barbarism, like shaving or wearing deodorant or birthing in a hospital, rather than the open air like a wolf cub. Remember Brother Romulus and Noble Remus? Wolf-raised.
I find this really interesting. Not really, but I say this because I'm told to. I'll be back on KChat after these messages from our sponsors.
Howdy, partner. It's 4:30 in the morning here at Farewell Ranch, and it's time to get up and work the old cows. Get up, y'all! At Farewell Ranch, old people don't sit around stagnating, watching game shows and talking about the good old days, sinking into the grave in a urine-soaked mess. At Farewell Ranch, they sweat and toil until the breaking point and keep that miserable contemplation of mortality at bay. Hell, at steering time, we'll work Grandpa so hard he'll wish he was dead. At the end of the day, he'll sit down in the bluegrass, eat a bowl of commemorative beans, and enjoy sing-alongs at one of our nightly funerals. It's the cowboy's code. Work hard, don't shower, and die in your boots. Right, Norm?
My prostate.
Farewell Ranch, the only way to ride into the sunset.
It's the knife that saved America. If you liked the film Exploder, you'll love this enormous commemorative survival knife. In the handle, you'll find all of the things you'll need in any wilderness, disaster situation, or the jungle of your backyard. It comes complete with fishing line, needle and thread for sewing gashes back together, and an incredibly useful and durable toothpick.
Can't go on without me. I got toffee stuck in tooth.
It's okay, Ho-Chi. Try this.
For those unplanned extended stays in the jungle, there's a saw for building your own hut, toilet paper, and a fold-out woman for company, as well as a serrated blade that can kill a man before he can scream.
That'll shut you up.
The Exploder Survival Knife. It's the knife that saved America. Now, it can save you.
This knife killed 25,000 people in Cambodia. Now, you can too.
All right, the Exploder Survival Knife. Seems like I need to get me one of those. Here we got the Ballista back at Sunshine Autos, formerly BJ's Autos. And that will finish off the first of the asset list here. It's the only one that you have to do to get the place earning money. Now it's a full asset for us. And we get a Deluxo. That's the car based on the DeLorean. We got a Deluxo parked in the showroom now. You get one of those, as you see, car showroom asset complete. You get a new car parked in the showroom for every single one of the lists that you finish. So right now it's going to accrue up to $1,500 a day, which is cool. There's the next list. We don't have to get the asset, you don't have to finish the other three lists, but every time you finish one of the lists, you get more money. So it's very worth finishing them up. And you get another car in the showroom here, which is always nice to have too. All right, as I was saying, it's been a week since I first started recording these. I have finished all four of the car list. I will eventually put them all up, but I'm going to go do another asset first because in the process I had to get cherry poppers to get the ice cream truck, so we'll show it. And then we're going to get back, before I put the other ones up, we'll get back to doing missions. So we're going to go and do Love Fist. I'm also got the flow sheet to remind y'all of everything we've done. I had to look at it to remind myself of everything we've done. So we'll do a review of all the missions. So thank y'all for coming along. This is Sunshine Autos, and we'll see you next time.